Someone once said that text without a context is a pretext. And what that's taught me is it's always good just to look around the verse that you know so well. And there's one verse I really love, and I just want to look at it today and put a little bit of context around it. We find it in Paul's second letter to the Corinthians and in chapter 3. And the verse I'm focusing in on is verse 17, where it says, "Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom." Now, the reason I want to go back just one verse is because there's a contrast. And I want us to see what that contrast is, because it'll bring what we're looking at into much clearer focus. In the verse before, it says this: "Whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away." Now, the veil that's actually being talked about here is the veil which stops people actually seeing beyond legalism into the liberty that Jesus wants to bring. And for some people, that really is a very thick veil. They just can't see beyond that. You know, everything that they look at is sort of masked by this veil that sees everything through a very legalistic pattern. But what is said here by Paul is that, you know, and this was Paul's experience too, wasn't it? That when the heart turns towards the Lord, something happens. The veil is taken away. And that happened to him on the Damascus road. I mean, I know it sounds strange because he was blinded on the Damascus road, but actually only to realize that when that was lifted off his eyes, he could see more clearly than he'd ever seen in his life before, because the veil had been removed and he could see exactly what was on the Lord's heart. And so it's in that context, it says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. So in other words, what happens is this: you turn to the Lord lifts the veil, the Spirit of the Lord comes into your life because he is the Lord now. And in that moment, you discover what true freedom is. Isn't that an incredible process? To have the veil removed and to enter into freedom because the Spirit of the Lord has come into your life. I think that's incredible. And I really think that turning to the Lord is something that just shines out from the page, how important it is to turn to the Lord and to see the Spirit of God come and transform our lives. That is incredible. It's well worth celebrating. Well worth just going back one verse to get the context to make it even clearer to us.